It's Memorial Day, so let's get to grilling. Got my BougeRV fridge out, plugged in on the AC. Plug in my phone. My phone's charging. We got some burgers in here. So I'm gonna get my stove. I got a little bit left in there. Hopefully I can get some burgers done with this. What is that? That's my fridge. I'm sponsored. Famous now. Meep. Let me get a different tripod up. That's a fridge. Yeah, it's it runs on 12 volts or an AC outlet plug. I bought this one in like 2021. I kept this in the back of my truck, ran that off my solar system. So takes a little 12 volt plug, and then that one died. And so these BougeRV guys contacted me about like doing a sponsorship, and this one's a little bit smaller, but I like it how the lid's magnetic because the latch broke on the other one, and like this little control panel stays put, but the lid opens rather than that one. So right now it's 34 degrees in here. Yeah, you might need a little bit larger car because it's kind of tall. I don't know if it'd fit in everybody's trunk. But if you got like a 4x4 SUV. So it's 34 degrees and it says 14 volts and it's got a volt readout. You can change the temperature. You can make it a freezer. Charging my phone off of it. Yeah, it takes 12 volts. And a little compressor in here. Built-in handles. So this one is really easy to get in and out of my truck, where the big one, it's supposed to have handles screw in on the inside, and then you couldn't lift it if it was weighted. I never put the handles on because it wouldn't fit in my truck. So this little one's a lot more portable. Let's see. Ain't no fridge. Well, I'm running it off my solar system. Got my solar panel right there. I don't mind doing. Right. Is that cable long enough? It's not. Passed on the bad sleep. Catch you later, okay. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks. This I bought on eBay, a lot of a whole bunch of little hats, and this shirt I got at like it might have been like a Halloween store, but I think I also bought a lot of stuff from American AF on Facebook a while ago. It's not comfortable. Pretty sharp and crisp, so I tried to like take it to a dry cleaner, and they said they couldn't dry clean it. It started fading, so I have to like hand wash this and hang it out. confetti. I missed it. Okay, let's get you talking over here. Oh yeah, the tornado watch. I heard about that. Some of my followers are basically up all night because they're worried about the tornado. So there's the fridge. Here's my other tripod. Let's see. That's a pretty good angle. And you can see my whole outfit too. I got my my shorts and my sandals on. Ooh, I don't know if you can show feet on TikTok. One of my favorite sauces for cooking, at least with burgers. Price. What's up, Caitlin? May you please request a piece? Are you going to talk a lot? Because I kind of want to relax today. Nope, you're too happy. Also one of my favorites. when you drink the juice. You got full live access? Yeah, I saw that. I should do these. No, you going to sleep now? How you like your burgers? Spicy. Spicy is the last answer I expected to hear. Where are you from? I'm from California. You're from Croatia. All right. Use less of my cheese, so I'm going to double it down here. Getting into cosplay, all right. What time is it at your place? It is 16:23, so it's 4:23. foil on here just to like capture the heat a little bit so the cheese melts and gets a little bit like smoky flavor. Oh, the sauce. Got some more of that firefighter sauce. How are you? I'm hungry. That went pretty well. Burgers, just in time, right? Man down. Pepper jack, yes. Someone's asking my age. It's my life. Why are you asking me my age for? I'm over 21. I look younger? I look younger than 21? You sure about that? You sure about that? Where'd my napkins go? I brought special napkins out. bought them half off last year. Because after 4th of July. Just gotta save them for a year. Do you ship anybody from Canada? I mean, I'm not in like transportation or anything, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, so the burger cooked with Tabasco Chipotle sauce, pepper jack cheese, avocados, pickles, then this firefighter barbecue sauce, which is pretty good, but I was expecting it to be a lot hotter. No, they mean one true pair. Like, more like a pair of socks, pair of pants we're talking about. No, like coasted soap. A pair of operators, they work pretty well together. A ship? A ship is a ship. Those are dudes. A dude isn't a ship. Do I ship anybody? We usually move by aircraft. Ships are kind of slow. You bite, I got a whole nother burger right here for you. Come on over. Pandemic Dragon. Are you on duty? On TikTok on duty? Extra pickles? I used my last pickle. Parking lot's never been safer. On a Sunday, you'd be lucky if you had anything to write down. And anybody coming on in. Did I tell you a story how me and my buddy got picked up by another unit at a Marine Corps ball? Because that's a good one. You want to hear? This is a sponsored stream, so maybe I shouldn't tell that story. Nothing already done because I wasn't a gate guard, just basically parking lot. Yeah. When you find out about cod, about 20 years ago, because like ordered the fish and chips, and I asked what kind of fish it was, and they said it was cod. I was like, okay, is it at least wild cod? And they're like, yeah, it's Alaskan wild cod. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Ate some mac and cheese and chorizo and called it a day. Hot dog and peaches. That's a weird combination, but definitely sounds American. I'm guessing you're in the South. Man, stop. When is your birthday? You keep asking me how old I am and when my birthday was. Never tried peaches? How? How do you live this long and not try peaches? I guess like depends where you are in the world. But that just seems kind of impossible. I'm not a big fan of peaches myself, but like peach iced tea, definitely pretty good. It was a peach cobbler pie, I think it was. It has like the most sugar in it of any pie. Blackberries, yeah, but all the little seeds get stuck in your teeth. Even in the jams and the pies and stuff, they can't get all the little seeds out. Massive sensory issues. Some people said I'm a picky eater, but it's like I don't like popcorn because the stuff gets stuck in your teeth. I don't like coconut because it has a texture like paper, and it's just weird. What else do I not like? I would think those are like normal complaints. Yeah. Yeah, peach cobbler has like more sugar in it than any other pie. Memorize that fact. Kernels and applesauce. Croatian food. Never been to Croatia, never tried Croatian food, don't know of any Croatian restaurants or delis or anything. Apricot tree? Yeah. I think I like peaches better than apricots. I'm also really not a fan of the apricots. At least they're smaller and easier to eat. Croatian food is awesome. I made kielbasa a little while ago. I didn't have all the ingredients. I didn't want to use any garlic, even though it's traditional. And I'm allergic to onions, so I just used paprika and oregano and some olive oil. Turned out pretty good. Fruit cobbler. Oh yeah, Emery fruit cobbler is the best. Out of like every dessert, like the cherry cobbler is like the one. You gotta mix it up so like all the crust kind of gets stirred up. Honey melon or cantaloupe? Cantaloupe. Honey melon's just the green one, right? It's not that good. The snake comes out of the mouth. I don't know about that one. Canada, who invited you? mean, being taught how to sew is basically you just throw a bunch of supplies at all the recruits and teach them to sew something. And then the people that knew how to sew taught other people how to sew. And I was one of the guys that had to teach other people how to sew. So it's just basic like Boy Scout skills. Do you use C.AI? No. Nope, you never learned how to sew at boot camp? They just gave us a sewing kit? I mean, basically, like, they didn't teach us how to sew. They just gave us the supplies. Then I had to teach a bunch of people how to sew. I really don't even know how to sew, just, you know, just put the thread through. Because if we had to, like, sew, we had to make our own name tapes and, like, sew our stuff on. And sew, like, little patches on all of our gear. They would come up and just grab it and rip it off, throw it at you, and they do it again. One of my cosplay friends did a sewing class at a Comic-Con, and I showed up just like supporter, and I learned a whole bunch of different sewing techniques and like fixing holes in shirts, and was like, oh, I'll have to try some of these, because I just know, like, you put the two things together and you just go up and down, back and forth. But she was also like doing like a corkscrew motion to like cinch two pieces together. It was like, oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Making a burger with just bread and cheese. Well, I got like these little like snack cheeses. I have some buns left, so I could like make like another cheeseburger. But I'll use like a blowtorch. Content ideas? Okay. Price and Casco got win. I mean, if my truck was fixed and I had enough gas money, I could probably drive down to like 29 Palms and like bring a bunch of stuff and cook out there. California, yeah. I won't be able to get on base without like ID and registration and insurance paperwork, so I know how that goes. I'd have to like park off base somewhere. And if I showed my expired cat card, they'd probably just steal it from me. You can come to me. I'm way up in NorCal, and you're like in the middle of the desert in SoCal. We've got a convention. There's always like some Comic-Cons around. Because we definitely don't have any gases. Maybe there was like a half-assed gas at like Fanime last year. I have to look at the video again. With a video where I had all the masks around the table, me like pan across everybody. Everybody else was kind of like half-assed because they did like Amazon shopping, where like just started working on their costume. So I think it was like Ghost, Alex, Gaz, one more guy. Didn't really recognize him. Yeah, we all the Doge masks. I edited that one in, I believe I did that in Adobe Premiere, then put it on YouTube, then downloaded it off YouTube, then put that on TikTok. That one ended up being expensive. Because those masks were like $25 a pop, almost 30 with shipping, and I bought like 6 of them. So it was like 160 bucks to have like a whole box of all these Doge masks. Adobe is awful. I know. I miss Jask ULED software, even though it's like really 90s software. At least it worked really well. And then I also bought the all the digital Thug Life glasses. My favorite military unit? It was of course my military unit. That's my favorite unit. It's the one I was in. But I'm not going to tell you because I'll be like giving away too much PII. You're asking me like my name and my military unit and what age I am and my birthday. You like data mining here? Fed detective. Uh, 867-5309. How long have you been in the military for? 8 years. Almost all contracts are 8 years. Like Gaz here probably did like 2 active, 6 reserve. Yeah, Gaz, what's your what contract do you go in on? 2 active, 6 active, standard 8 year. I understand that reference. Standard 8, so that's 2 active, 6 years inactive reserve, inactive ready reserve. Oh, 4 and 4. Okay. Usually 2 and 6 is probably what most people get. 4 is good. You might make corporal in 4. I want to hit your schoolhouse already. Oh, so you haven't gone to MOS school yet? I'm guessing the school's backed up, so they just threw you in a unit for a while. You're in MAT, Marines Awaiting Training. Oh, so your school's in 29 Palms. I thought you were stationed there. Or you could also be stationed there. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense to be stationed where your school is, because if your school is whatever, like 29 Palms is big on comm, so they probably have the comm courses there and units there, so that makes sense. I hope not. I mean, when I was in, they sent you to your station at the end of MOS school. That's when they picked out where you're going. Man, I was in MAT platoon for like 3 weeks. I bought a volleyball at the PX. We played volleyball out in the little sand pit. Because they had a volleyball court and nobody was playing, like ever. So I went out there to the PX and bought a volleyball. But then it went kind of flat. And it's just like, I'm not going to go buy a bike pump. I don't have any more money. We get off work to play volleyball for like an hour or two in our uniforms. And we got like no rules, like running outside the sand pit and like sliding in the grass, trying to like make a save. Some of us got grass stains, and we getting in trouble for having grass stains on our uniforms. I get to choose which MS intercoms. So so I was in Force Recon, and the teams usually picked up a comm marine. Like the easiest way to make it on one of the teams and not be a recon marine was to be in comms, because they need guys that know the radios really well. So they picked up the comm section, and like grab a guy and put him on the teams. And they usually, it's such a physically demanding job that most of the guys struggled really hard with it. And one time they pulled a guy from supply, because there are 2 guys in supplies, and they're both really young, and they're getting into trouble because they're left alone. So they pulled one of the guys from supply, and he was taking like protein shakes, supplements all the time, working out all the time, just getting ripped, and trying to push himself through all the physical fitness standards. But he's like so young and so immature. He ended up having like a couple mental breakdowns and got kicked off the teams. Bye. Okay, good night. See you later. Some of the guys were making fun of him, and then they just told me like stay away from him. I'm just like, I mean, I guess I can't really take your advice, because like I was a section leader and he was a section leader. It's like we had to work with each other. Already getting in trouble from boredom. Yeah. My MAT platoon was divided into 2 sections. The guys that hadn't gotten in trouble yet, and the guys that had gotten in trouble. So if you hadn't gotten in trouble yet, you're stuffed in a room that was unsupervised. And if you had gotten in trouble, you were stuffed in a room that had a staff sergeant, and you were supervised. What's your opinion on jokes about the Marines? I mean, like, the whole crayon thing doesn't even make sense, because we never got crayons. I got crayons at the ball. They gave out crayons? Did they have a crayon cake? That'd be awesome. I seen like the meme of all the girls in all the crayon costumes, and like they're all lined up by colors. Buses are required, intelligence not essential. I used to say stuff like that before I joined. I saw that. That's an old one by now. It'd be great if like all the girlfriends had like showed up with like crayon costumes, especially if it's a red crayon costume, and if they and maybe have like your nice dress underneath, so you show up just for the lulz and then take the costume off. Vietnam vet. I got to sit next to Sergeant Darling. Had asked for a photo with him, and where was it? I think he was telling a story about Guadalcanal, and he dove into a hole that was hit by artillery to hide from fire, and then after a few minutes he's hearing some guy like walking back and forth, shuffling around, and then he's like, dude, this guy's gonna get killed, or he's going to like, you know, draw fire, and he's getting irritated, and he finally yells at that guy, yells an insult, get down, you're gonna get your ass shot off. And then the thud into the foxhole, you know, mortar hole that he was in, and out of the corner of his eye he sees a full bird colonel, and he's like, that's Chesty Puller. So he just cussed at him. It's like, oh crap, that's a colonel. Yeah, so I met a guy that yelled at Chesty Puller. I mean, he might have saved his life, right? Because if he got shot up by just like walking around outside on the beach, then he never would have came to legend. So like, he might be responsible for him living and becoming a legend. Evening. Cheers. That's so wild, right? That's why I had to get a photo with him. I would have loved to get like that speech of his like recorded, but you know, we all like sit at attention. Would be great to have on a video. Makarov. Well, I got out in 2017, so 2016 was my last Marine Corps ball. I think that was the time I got a photo with him. Either that or 2015. Blues are pressed and ready. Yeah, and hopefully when December or November rolls around, they still fit. So don't eat too much junk at the chow hall, because it can be tempting to get the chicken fried steak and get dessert every day. Been doing PT every day. I mean, you can do PT every day, but then eat too much, and then you still get heavier. Or you do PT every day and then you bulk up a little bit, and then you can't fit in your blues anymore. So like I had 3 sets of blues. I had my boot camp blues, which I never fit in after boot camp. I got my regular blues, and I got the blues I got when I got injured and I got too fat. So like my boot camp blues, I think, was a 41 long, which I had like almost never been that thin. I'm usually a 44. And then my pants were like a 35, which I also like, that was like, I was in a 35 like since like before high school. So then my normal is a 44 long and 36. When I got injured, I kind of ballooned up, so then I got like a 46 with a 38. Then I lost weight back to my standard 44 and 36. We're on eight pull-ups right now. 6S. I have like no idea about women's sizes. Shoot, I think I graduated boot camp doing like 8 pull-ups, and I worked up to like 12 before I got injured. And I think the most I ever did is maybe 13, 14, 15. I mean, before I joined the Marines, I couldn't do a single pull-up. I'm like, how's this even possible? How could you pick up your own weight vertically? I thought it was physically impossible. And the guys were like cranking out like 20. I'm just like, holy crap. I guess it depends how much you weigh. Like for me to weigh 200 pounds and doing a pull-up is like quite a feet. But if like little guys weigh 90 pounds, like that's throwing that weight around. They just a lot. So you're doing pull-ups harder than dead hangs? Who's your favorite Task Force 141? Obviously it's Price. And not just because I look like him, but because like, I identify most with him and his gear. They changed the standard again? I lost track because last time, like the PFT, they changed it. They changed the run time, they changed the pull-ups, they might have changed the crunches. They changed the CFT, doesn't even make sense to me anymore. They don't do dead hangs anymore. Not you, anybody else. You don't do crunches anymore? Do you just do regular sit-ups? I mean, the crunches were so hard. When I first got in, you had to do like 30 to pass. Like I struggled to do 30 crunches. And then I got like maybe 60 to 70 when I was in. Maybe 100 if we cheated. No sit-ups. So it's just PFT's just running and pull-ups now? There should be like 3 activities, right? Unless they cut them. Because I'd be surprised. PFT is 345 max plank. So we're doing planking now. 3-mile run and pull-ups, push-ups. Okay. Death of our soap. It's really sad because like Price ended up carrying a lot for him. Like my first couple of TikToks was like the hell kind of name is soap, the whole puppet bit, and then him dying. So like I got into acting both of those. Those are the first couple of my TikToks. There are some people that are like, you can't mention soap's death on my live, that's one of my rules. I was like, okay, makes sense. I was having a great time eating grapes, so don't choke on them. You know, I got jelly beans. You can eat your grapes. I'll eat some jelly beans. They expired 3 years ago. Just like all the candy in the MREs. When you die, you turn off my Xbox. $300 PFT? You think you're going to be a PFT beast? If you're eating 3-year expired MREs? Yeah. I got a couple. here that I stole. Wonder when they expired. It's only on the box, you know. They're a little hard. March 20th, 2021. A little hard because they expired price. Raw. Ooh, it's a Mustang. It's a small town out here. We got our own little airport. And like it's like half and half filled with either Cessnas or classics. It's like every Memorial Day they got like an air show going on. Air show, I should say, air display. People bring out their classics and kind of show it off. Oh, the challenge of the flavors, the Harry Potter flavors with all the gross flavors. So it's berry, cherry, blueberry, coconut. jelly beans. Ooh, about grilled pineapple. I have cheese. You'd like some grilled cheese. Not much left. Don't burn the buns. I'll burn your buns. What? The melty gooey cheese. Your lactose intolerance. Why do you use bread instead of buns? Because we're in the field. Raised turnpike's American. I had all those goodies in my fridge for like the last 2 days because I got this fridge in my truck. So before I end the live, I want to show that off a little bit. Currently 34 degrees. All these goodies in here. That's a fridge? Yeah, it's a fridge. So it's a refrigerator. It runs on 12 volts or an outlet. Compressor's inside. It's got little handles. I mean, it looks like a cooler, but it pulls about 35 to 50 watts. So you can plug it into like a cigarette lighter adapter in your vehicle or in the wall. It's like, yeah, there's no ice in here. It's just the sides are cold. All right. I've done several videos on it. Yeah, so my solar panel over here, it's a 100-watt solar panel. It's going into my solar system. Cable running back out to power the refrigerator. Where'd you get it? I got it here on TikTok, and this live's got a link on the live, like one of these buttons over here. And I posted some videos so you can like click on it and check it out. It's like $250 roughly. But imagine like never having to buy ice again, and you just put it in your vehicle and just plug it in, and off you go on your camping trip or whatever. And they also sell a little portable power bank, so you can charge that. So if you're like going to the beach or whatever, you carry the little power bank, and you carry this little fridge, and you set the fridge out there, and you plug it into its own little power source. I mean, 50 watts is like, you know, less than a 60-watt light bulb, so it's amazing how little power it takes. So I always have this little fridge. Really, that fridge in the bottom is one I used to have, and it broke, so now I got this fridge. And I keep it in my truck and plug it in the solar system, 100-watt power on the top to charge my system, so it almost runs continuously. Needs a little bit of help from time to time. It's awesome because like I'll go grocery shopping and take the groceries and put them directly into my fridge in my truck. So then I drive to work and I don't have to like immediately take the stuff and put it in the fridge. Especially handy if somebody at your work stealing your lunch or like vandalizing your food. You can keep your food in your truck rather than taking it into the fridge at work. So like on my lunch break, I go to the parking lot and hop up, open the back of my truck, and got my food right there. Or I got like sandwich stuff for a salad or whatever. Because I've had several jobs where someone's stealing my lunch or like vandalizing my food and taking my stuff. That fridge is really useful. I know it's so small. I mean, it kind of doubles as like a cooler because it's well insulated. But the small electrical drain is like so great. You could charge it while you're driving, or like off a solar system, or just plug it in somewhere. If your campsite has electricity. I mean, I just keep mine in the back of my truck continuously wherever I'm doing, so it's not like I keep it in the garage and then dig it out when I'm planning to go somewhere. It's just like always in my vehicle. I've had it for about 2 weeks now. The compressor is really quiet. You can like sleep next to it and it won't wake you up because it's so quiet when it kicks on and kicks off. Platypus. Perry the platypus. You know, the guy that does that voice is here on TikTok. Yeah, the first one I bought was like $300 and something, $400. Which when that came out, that was a deal because the entry-level fridges used to be like $800 or more, and they're fairly big, and they're meant for like overlanding and stuff. And they're like the guys with like the Toyota Tacomas with a camper shell and like a tent on top and like an outside solar system, and they put racks in their vehicles. So like you slide out the rack and it had the fridge on it, and the other side was like racks with like drawers for all the cooking utensils and other supplies. And I was like, that's really cool, but like that's like way overkill for what I do. Plus I do like cosplay and other events, so I like need to use the back of my truck, and I want to like set that up permanently with shelving. And having a fridge so big you need to slide it out to open it up is kind of like, it's nice, but I'll never do that. So when like the $400 fridge came out, like I can do that. I can tie that into my solar system. I spent about $2,000 on my solar setup, so a $400 fridge just made it a little bit better. I was working remotely out of my truck, going to Starbucks and stuff during the pandemic, so I could like use my laptop that took 80 watts powering off a 100-watt solar system, which I could use that like maybe like 4 to 6 hours a day. Then plugging in the refrigerator used almost all the energy my system could supply, so then I couldn't really work on the laptop and use the fridge. It was like charging my phones and using the fridge, but luckily the pandemic kind of like settled down, so I can go back inside Starbucks and like work on the laptop. Then the solar system basically powered my fridge almost continuously, unless it was like a really cloudy day or something. So it's nice to like have a fridge in your car like all the time. Depends what you do. If you're driving around a lot and meeting with people and going to customer sites and working remotely, it's handy. Or if you're like outdoorsy, camping, going to conventions, going to airsoft games. Meg, thank you. Oh, I forgot to plug this back in. I'm so beat, I want to take a nap. Oh, I gotta clean all this stuff up. Okay, 1 more minute and I'll pet the live. Where'd you get the small grill? I got this at an outdoor store like forever ago. I think this came out in 1999. It's a Coleman grill / stove. So these haven't been made in like over 20 years. The new ones have the stove on the left and the grill on the right, and none of the parts are compatible. But I love the Coleman grill stoves, because like before I go camping and you have a stove and it has 2 burners, and then you had like grill on the campfire and you had to get wood or get charcoal, and it was a hassle. And then they came out with this little grill. I'm like, oh my god, I need that. So this is like the first grill stove they came out with. And unfortunately finding replacement parts is like I had to buy another one off eBay and like salvage the parts from that other guys in order to fix this one. But I love it. And then I really lucked out finding the griddle accessory. So now I have the griddle that goes on this grill stove. So you replace the grill part with this griddle, and it's got like little legs so it kind of stands off. So you get a little more even heat distribution. Like now I can like do pancakes rather than like 1 pancake in a time in a frying pan. I can do like 4 pancakes at a time. And I suppose like bacon and hot dogs and all sorts of other stuff you can cook on the griddle, or heat up like cornbread or something and not burn it, heat up toast. But I basically just use this for pancakes. And I suppose you can do eggs and make like an omelet, which you can also do it in a pan, but especially when you flip it. But it's so nice to have a griddle accessory. Slay girl. Do you like do like the hand thing too? Alright. So this fridge is in the TikTok shop. It's awesome. I love it. It's a little bit smaller than my older one. It fits in my truck a little bit better, a little more room around it so it can breathe and radiate the heat, which that might have been a problem with my old one because there was stuff in there a little tight, really couldn't breathe that well, so maybe it kind of overheated and died. Love this little fridge. Click on the links, check it out. Even if you're not in the market for like a refrigerator that runs on 12 volts, maybe it'll inspire you to like do some camping and outdoorsy kind of things. Goes on cookouts and cooks outside. I mean, even if it's just like a party in the backyard and you can have a cooler in the backyard just for the drinks, and then you got to run to the store to buy ice because you can't make enough ice in your own freezer. Just like, why not just have a small refrigerator outside and plug it in, and then it runs, and that keeps your drinks cold. And you can turn this thing down to like -8 degrees, so you theoretically could like freeze your sodas and they'd all explode in there. I have to go, but hope we have the rest of the day. Oh, you too. I'm probably not going to make any more TikToks today, but I'm going to like post another draft.